On August 10, 1628, Sweden's greatest warship sank on its maiden voyage. So why did the king demand it be built? And why did it founder in the Baltic Sea? In 1728, Sweden's young king had a vision. He wanted a navy to rival the Baltic powers, and a warship to symbolize his ambition. Gustavus saw the Vasa as a weapon of national pride. At the Stockholm shipyard, craftsmen toiled for years. The Vasa was to be the largest warship in Europe, armed with 46 cannons. But its design was flawed. Too many guns, too little stability. Sweden's merchants funded the project with pride. The ship was to carry the kingdom's flag into battle, but its hull was too narrow for its weight. A dangerous gamble, and one the king would not allow to be changed. The Vasa's construction cost a fortune. Gold from the Baltic trade and silver from the mines of Falun. Every nail and cannon paid for by Sweden's wealth. But the ship's design remained unchanged. The king visited the shipyard and approved its design. He saw the Vasa as a symbol of Sweden's rising power. No one dared question the king's vision, not even the ship's engineers. In 1628, Europe was a chessboard of empires. Sweden, a rising power, needed a navy to match the Danes and Poles. The Vasa was to be the first step and the final gamble. At midday, the Vasa set sail for its first voyage. But within minutes, the ship began to list. The hull, too narrow for its weight, could not balance the cannon fire. The crew scrambled as water flooded the lower decks. The ship's gunners fired in panic, but the cannons only added to the disaster. The Vasa tilted violently, taking on water. A sudden gust of wind hit the exposed sails. The Vasa turned sharply and capsized. The ship sank in 10 meters of water, its cannons still loaded. 90 men died in the disaster, many trapped below deck. The king's fleet had to be abandoned. Sweden's ambitions lay in ruins with the Vasa. The king was devastated. He had trusted his engineers, and the Vasa had become a symbol of his failure. But he would not let this disaster define Sweden. The Vasa sank in the Baltic, but its story was not over. For centuries it lay buried in the sea, until modern divers rediscovered its resting place. In 1961, the Vasa was raised from the sea and displayed in Stockholm, a monument to both failure and engineering. The ship's preservation is a marvel of modern technology. The Vasa's timbers, preserved in saltwater, offer insights into 17th century shipbuilding. Engineers study its design and its fatal flaw. The Vasa had too many cannons and not enough ballast. Its narrow hull could not support the weight. A lesson in the dangers of overambition. The Vasa's failure changed naval design forever. Future warships balanced firepower with stability and avoided the Vasa's fate. Today, engineers use the Vasa as a case study. Its story is told in museums and universities, a reminder that even the greatest ambitions need sound foundations. The Vasa is now a national treasure and a symbol of Sweden's resilience. Its story is one of hubris, disaster, and the enduring power of history. What happens when ambition outpaces engineering? Subscribe to see more stories where history sank.